started. Again, I would suggest that this is anti-inflationary, this is production oriented, this is anti-inflationary. And then there will be 1 million tube wells for the scheduled costs out of those funds which are already provided for in the budget. In that scheme of rupees 2000 crores, we have increased the component for the scheduled costs that will not be distributed as subsidy just as grant or loan, but the wells will be provided. It is production oriented. So if a scheduled caste farmer or a scheduled tribe farmer has a will of his own, it will be production oriented. It will be for irrigation purposes. So it is again anti-inflationary. So sir, most of the measures are anti-inflationary. Then again we try to put a social welfare scheme for the poorest among the poor. It has been done earlier also by this government, but we have given a new dimension to this sort of a welfare program for the poor. I may in all humility say that if you see the socialist governments in the West, even the communist governments in the West, even the non-socialist governments in the Western countries now have provided a measure of social welfare for their poor within their means. Take the Western countries which are considered a model by social democrats. They have not nationalized industries. If you see the Western countries, there are a very few nationalized industries, but their social welfare system is one of the best in the world. Take the communist countries. In communist countries, they have social welfare system. Of course, poverty is not of that type, but still they have a social welfare system. Of course, poverty is not of that type, but still they have a social welfare system. So, if we have provided for 3 or 4 schemes of social welfare in a non-inflationary manner, in all humility, I should say, I should not be criticized by our traditional economists for being inflationary just because I have introduced 1 or 2 schemes for rickshawalas, for the railway coolies, for the agricultural labor, or for those who are casual laborers. Sir, one more point. Sir, you said you had for rural development rupees 2000 crores. Then you have also said that 40% of it will be for programs mentioned earlier, and a component of it will be for construction of wells for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, etc. in the rural areas. So, All these schemes have been provided for. Similarly, for social insurance, every year 100 crore rupees will be put in by the LIC to this fund to give 50% premium for only the casual laborers and none else. Only those who do not have any fixed income like rickshawalas, railway coolies, carpenters or agricultural laborers, and we have decided to implement this scheme. There are 2 lakh agents of the LIC throughout the country. 6 million persons can be covered every year with payment of rupees 15 only as premium. They have to pay rupees 15 only. Now, how shall we reach the people? There are 2 lakh agents. The LIC has asked them to enroll at least 5 laborers or rickshawala or the poorest of the poor people, and they can enroll up to 15. But this method, we can enroll 2 to 3 million people every year. They will collect the insurance premium from them. 50% will be paid out of rupees 100 crores fund, which will be debited to this fund every year. So this is a social security scheme for the poorest among the poor, and it is practicable. It will be done with your cooperation. I would seek the cooperation of all the honorable members of the House. They can go to their states, meet the LIC agents, because it is not a party matter. You can ask those agents to enroll such people, because the question is only how to reach the people. These people cannot even fill up the forms. I am thankful to all the members who supported the objectives of this bill, of this budget. Now, if you come to action plan for agriculture, there has been criticism as to what is the action plan for agriculture. So much has been talked about the action plan. It is mainly made to help the delta regions of eastern states and Andhra Pradesh, which will be the recipient of this special scheme. Sir, lakh shallow tube wells will be dug in the delta regions of eastern states and Andhra Pradesh under the action plan. This is apart from the 1 million tube wells which I have talked about in regard to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and the small and marginal farmers in the eastern region. The Planning Commission has identified resources under this framework. ये आपके 800 वर्ड्स है और 2C का ये 6 नंबर है और इसकी स्पीड है आपकी 84 के आसपास, 84-85. नेक्स्ट उधर लिखेंगे स्पीकर पे, अगर कोई अच्छी लिखी तो आपको मैं 80 पे लगवा देता हूँ।